and 106.1 FM with Armando Nino of Go Lake Conroe, focusing on Montgomery County area events and places. Get a feel of the Texas spirit at the event, paired with guest and vendor interviews, event coverage, and ticket giveaways, and so much more. Join us Fridays and punch your Texas ticket. For more information on the show, visit irlonestar.com/Texas ticket.
Thank you for listening to Lone Star Community Radio. This program was broadcasted and recorded live from the LSCR studios in downtown Conroe, Texas. Lone Star Community Radio is supported by listeners like you. Donate and sponsor today. For more information on getting involved with Lone Star Community Radio, contact us at lscrstudios@gmail.com or visit us online at www.irlonestar.com. And we are live here on Mornings of Lone Star, irlonestar.com, and hanging out in the LSCR studios in downtown Conroe, Texas. That's right, if you're hearing my voice right now, that means we're live on Facebook and YouTube and the app, and Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1, and worldwide at irlonestar.com. You know what weekend it is. It's the second weekend in October, which means the biggest thing is happening. That's the Conroe Cajun Catfish Festival happening over the 3-day weekend. Or let me repeat that. Sorry, it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. There isn't a when you say 3-day weekend,
I know. Everyone
thinks that it's like a holiday, which, by the way, now that we're talking about holidays, sidetrack, Columbus Day was Monday.
Right.
And I was shocked that nobody was really doing anything.
Well, it's like kind of a strange thing because now we've got so many of these school districts not only take a 4-day weekend for Columbus Day, so I think a lot of people travel.
Because the city was open.
Right. And then there was also something new called a fall break. So there were, I know a couple of school districts that were actually shut down the entire week.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I think there are a lot of people taking some kind of mid-fall breaks.
Oh, see, they confused the heck out of me because my sister said something about her kids being off on Friday. Mm-hmm. And I was like, well, isn't Columbus Day Monday? And then she's like, yeah, but so they're not getting Monday off? No, we're not getting Monday off. And I was like,
oh, that's
but
strange.
You get Friday off? And then when I was coming to the studio, I realized it was Columbus Day. Mm-hmm. So I wanted to let all our shows know, like, hey, the city actually might be shut down. Right. So I have to, give me a call. I have to go through the security and all that kind of stuff. And then they were open. The county was open.
Yep.
And I was expecting to park downstairs. I was like, yeah, man, I got.
And then you couldn't.
VIP, and then it was full, and I was like, well, what the heck? But people, if you're listening right now, I have Kristi Leggett. You've probably known her voice here on Toast of the Town, and she is heavily involved with Friends of Conroe, who is the organization nonprofit who puts on the Conroe Cajun Catfish Festival. So we're going to be talking about that. I do want to let everyone know tickets and all the stuff concerning this weekend is available in the description. I put the website for Friends of Conroe. I put the website for the Catfish Festival, and also where to get tickets and the lineup. All of it's there. It's a fun weekend. We're going to get really into it because I would consider myself a veteran catfish goer.
I would consider you a veteran catfish goer.
Because it was literally on my front doorstep for like 8 years or something like that. And that was the coolest experience. I think it was my second year. I remember I actually slept at the studio because, I had fun. And I remember it being just completely empty and all the trash people were like, how hard everyone worked that Friday night to clean everything for Saturday.
Yeah, being behind the scenes, you really get to see how much work obviously goes into it. But probably one of the most satisfying parts would be Friday night and Saturday night after we close the gates. And, you finally get to take a breath after the crowds leave and everything. And, you get to kind of reflect back on what we had done that day. And, come Sunday evening at the end of not only festival, but then we roll into our Tejano night, and then we're breaking everything down and everything. It's the most exhausting fun you've ever had raising money for a nonprofit.
Well, and I hope people know that because the Catfish Festival has been around for, it's over 30 years,
34
right?
years.
Yeah. And this is part of Friends of Conroe, which is a nonprofit that, from what I remember, because I've tried to remember everything I do except that Friday, it was you guys do direct scholarships for local kids here in the Montgomery County area.
Correct.
And that's kind of like the main goal is to provide scholarships. That's the main kind of overhead.
We do that, and we support a lot of local nonprofits. We're very involved with Montgomery County Food Bank.
Well, it's Friends of Conroe.
Yeah.
Like it's in the name.
Yeah,
Come on, guys.
and we do a lot with that. We do give high school scholarships, and that goes all over Montgomery County, including homeschool students. So we're really proud of that.
Everyone has to include the homeschool students.
Well, it's good, though. It's a great opportunity that we open up. And then, of course, we have our Friends Feeding Friends every Thanksgiving Day. We actually all get together and serve meals, hot cooked meals that we all cook together. And it's
Where's that
my
at?
favorite day
Where do
of the
y'all
year.
usually do that?
So we've kind of changed locations over the years, and we do have some satellite locations that we do.
Was there
So
one in Willis?
there was one in Willis.
I remember seeing that.
In fact, this year, I believe we're at least doing the one at the Friends of Conroe office.
Which is right here off Main Street,
101
right?
South Main, yeah.
Yeah.
And then probably one over on the north side of the county. So
Does that building still look abandoned?
a little bit.
Yeah. we need purple lights somewhere around
Something.
that. I
Yeah.
think I'm just throwing it out there because I remember driving by that building. I was like,
It looks empty.
is this one of those things where it's like one of the friends of Conroe just purchased and then they stored their like boat? You know?
Just parked it in
That's
there.
what makes it.
Just parked it in there.
But I guess that whole area looks
Yeah.
like that. So.
Yeah, that's true. But anyway, so all of the funds that we raise through festival obviously cover our expenses, but all the profits that we make go directly into giving back to other nonprofits throughout the year.
Yeah, and one of the biggest fundraisers you guys do is the Catfish Festival.
Yes, by far our biggest.
And if you're a new person to Conroe and have no idea what the Conroe Cajun Catfish Festival, it's a miracle in itself in the Miracle City, which is fun.
It is.
Mainly because of how fast it comes and it goes.
It does.
Because with the station, if you know where we are located, we're located now in West Davis, and it's amazing to drive here. So I think it was like I was talking about this yesterday. I feel like every year y'all start it sooner.
No, we don't get the permits to shut down the streets until 5 o'clock on Thursday.
Well, I meant the carnival people.
Oh yeah. They
'Cause
do.
you have a
they set
carnival,
Up, yeah,
so-
and they set up so that actually tonight the carnival will be up and running. It's kind of their walk through, getting everybody acclimated to their area.
Yeah.
And
So you can come tonight?
You can come tonight.
Oh, wow.
It's free entry into the carnival area. Now you still have to buy a wristband, but it does allow you, if you want to come out when it's not quite so packed, tonight would be a good night.
I did not know that. Yeah, because like I said, like it's amazing how it's like a visiting circus.
Yeah.
Comes to town literally, and then all of a sudden it's gone,
Yeah.
and it's just
Picked
like,
up and gone. Yeah.
And I encourage people to come to the Catfish Festival because it creates that memory of downtown, and it gives you a different memory. Because it's really neat to walk around with all those people and have the loud music, and you're like, yes. And then 3 weeks later, you're like, I was right in the middle of the street,
Right.
listening to Randall King.
Exactly.
Like-
which you can do Friday night.
Yeah.
Very easily. But
Let's hit that up.
yeah, we've got a great lineup this year.
So the lineup is pretty good because we all did something very creative and fun for the area. Y'all had your own talent show. Would you call it a talent show?
Sure.
Yeah,
we kind of did. It was Catfish Got Talent.
Catfish Got Talent. You had that at the table,
Yes.
and then it was all at the table. And
It was all at the table. And this was our first year doing this, so we're really excited to make it an even bigger deal.
Yeah.
And give more bands an opportunity to participate. But so we had a slew of local bands and musicians that came out. We did some drawings to give everybody their time. We had a People's Choice aspect to the judging. We had 3 professional judges that were there in the music business. And it was just such a great time. And, I've been around the music scene here in Montgomery County for a long time, but it was just once again so mind-blowing to see how much local talent we have just right
yeah.
here all around us.
Well, what I love is you go to the corner pub or something, and it's like open mic night, and all of a sudden you're like, where did this person come from?
Yeah.
And it's like some 18-year-old kid.
Exactly.
I'm like, he's in a bar, but apparently you can do that, I guess. I don't really know.
Yeah.
I don't know the rules. But the reason we're doing Catfish Got Talent, because if you go to the Friends of Conroe website and you see the lineup, some of those names are local people who are going to be playing on the big stage.
Yes, absolutely. We've got Tyler Trantham that's playing Saturday afternoon from 3:30 to 5:30. The Will Carter Band that is actually opening everything up for us on the Texas stage from 7 to 8:30 on Friday. And then we have Eyes Like Fire that is starting us off on Sunday from 2:30 to 4. All of them are going to be on the Texas stage, and all of them came to us as part of Catfish Got Talent, which is absolutely extraordinary. And it's such a cool combination of music. That's one of the things I love about the lineup this year is there really is a very neat variety on the Texas stage. So definitely come check it out and come support these local guys. I tell you, they work their tails off and they just really have so much talent.
And on the other side of the coin, guys, I feel like we're just doing a sales pitch now, but my favorite part of the Catfish Festival is, of course, the Cajun music.
Yes.
So it's the Conroe Cajun Catfish Festival.
And we always have the best Cajun music around.
And it is one of the greatest memories I have of downtown this is before I even really knew Cajun music. It's like probably my first year coming, is the amount of people who know how to dance to Cajun music blew my mind, and the age range was huge. Like I saw old people dancing in the street, right in front of the coffee shop.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there going like, what is this music to these people? Like, what is this? Then I heard Wayne Toops, and then I kind of got it. Then I got it. And I'm like, okay, I'm in.
So, we've changed things around a little bit this year. So the Cajun stage is actually going to be in Heritage Park, which is actually really awesome because, you can really just have a party at Heritage Park. But both stages have such a different kind of identity. Texas stage is pretty much hardcore music.
Where's that going to be?
Same place as usual.
Is it going to be facing east or west?
It is still facing east.
Okay,
Sorry.
yeah.
But you've got music. It's great music, but most of the time when you're there, you're standing, watching the stage, watching the performance. Cajun stage is a completely different identity. It is a party from start to finish. It is always a good time, and you can come out at whenever the music starts on Saturday at 2:00, and there are people out there dancing. They're having a great time already, and it really is. It is just a great.
It's totally
party vibe.
Different.
Yeah,
totally different. Because like if you went to the Texas stage, it'd just be shoulder to shoulder, and I'm like, I just want to get a beer.
Yeah.
But you go like what I love is at the Cajun stage, you'll have those tables that are made out of like the old cable rails or the cable. I don't know what to call
Spools.
them. Spools. Yes, thank you. And I was just like, this is great. What is going on here?
Yeah.
Especially like my favorite thing was one of the older gentlemen wore these sneakers. I was like, I bet you this guy put those on today.
Because he knew.
He's going to the Catfish Festival.
Absolutely.
And he's going to be dancing.
Yeah, and they will come early and stay until we close it down and just have a great time the entire time.
So there is a ticket admission, and you can get a 3-day pass.
Yes.
And then everything inside the festival is basically you purchase, I would call it like a pass or something.
It's a
like
blast
that.
pass.
So your cash, like you can't, besides the vendors, right?
Right. Or you can use, because everything now we do pretty much cashless, like everybody else has kind of moved to.
So like if I have a credit card, I go to the pass person. I'm like, hey, can you put $100 on my pass?
Exactly. And what's really great now is because the technology is getting so user friendly, you can actually reload your cards from your cell phones. You don't even have to go to the booths anymore once you have your card. So it's easy to reload. We
so
try to make
all
it easy
those
for everybody.
volunteers are going to be so lonely.
Oh no,
They're just going to be sitting in those.
Well, you can still do cash to put on your card, I think. I'm trying to remember because we kind of discussed doing both.
Well, you don't want to. You can never do major changes because people freak. They're like, "Well, you can't use cash." And
Well,
it's
usually
like,
we like to be able to still do cash.
yeah, I'm a cash person.
Well, and we have kids that will come and get their cards, and their parents are like, "Here's your $20. Once this is gone, that's it." So it makes it a little bit easier for people to kind of budget, and you can check your balance throughout the night, whatever. So it does make it a heck of a lot easier.
yeah, it's but so there are going to be vendors there though. So there's
Yes,
going to be like
lots
jewelry
of vendors.
makers and all that kind of stuff. There's going to be food trucks. Okay, so and there's a carnival, and
Yes.
and everything is kind of it's easily explained, folks. Like just get your weekend pass.
And just kind of hang
out.
out with us. And we've got street performers. There are great things going on for the kids. We have our catfish pageant, Mr. and Miss Catfish pageant that goes on Sunday afternoon. It's always a lot of fun. We have so many kids participate, and it really is. It's a really great time.
A weekend ticket is only $30.
See? Making it easy.
What?
So, if you go online, and I would say get your tickets in advance. You can even do it while you're walking up to the gate if you want to, but it will make life a lot easier.
Y'all make it a lot easier than the Texas Renaissance Festival, that's for sure.
Oh, well,
Their
we're
website's
trying to.
terrible. I told him that, too. The king, I was like, I don't know what y'all are doing over there, but It shouldn't be the fine print to buy the ticket.
Right, I know, for real. It's we try to make it as easy as possible for people to give us their money. But what I always tell people is, the more food you eat, the more drinks you buy, the more money you're giving to charity. So really, you're just giving back to the community and having a good time doing it.
Well, I want to ask you this. So I'm on the website, and you might not know this, but it says Sunday's Hispanic Family Day, Heritage Park area, 2 to 11. That's a separate ticket?
It is a separate ticket.
What is that about? Does that mean there's another organization doing that?
There is an organization that we work with that specializes in putting in the right bands and building the right entertainment lineup for that music genre. Since we aren't real experts on that, we'd rather bring in somebody that knows.
You do the Cajun.
So come Sunday, we take off the Cajun stage and start preparing for.
Okay,
for
so that's like a
Canada.
separate event almost.
It is, except whenever if you come to the festival on Sunday, you can still enjoy all the festival festivities before the Tejano music starts and that portion starts. But the carnival stays open.
Do you know the
entire
price
time.
of that? Do you know the special handshake to get in? Or?
I believe last year it was 20. I think it's 20 or 25 this year.
So to get in, I'm just trying to understand. I have my weekend pass, and then I pay like at the door $20 to get in.
If you want to
25.
go into Heritage Park
Okay.
for that portion, yes.
See, what I like about that, it sounds so confusing. That means it's probably good.
It's very good.
So-
we had the largest crowd that we
means
had last year.
They have a lot of value on that.
A lot of value, a lot of really great music, a lot of popular Tejano bands that are coming in on the scene that, and again, we aren't really familiar with that, so that's why we bring in some experts that know how to get in touch and build that kind of lineup.
Okay, yeah, because I was reading that. I was like, what does that mean? Does that mean they scheduled something and they forgot? And like, by the way, we can't really stop doing this.
Yeah, no, it is a portion of us, and it's something that we really want to embrace because we want, the Hispanic culture is so, tied into Conroe and the downtown Conroe area.
We have
so-
a bilingual show, and I always tell Jenny, I was like, I don't get it. Like, why do Hispanic people always stick together?
Yeah.
Like, why don't they hang out with me? They don't want to hang out with me. So now I have to go hang out with them, which is okay.
There you go.
We're going to build the bridge.
And I tell you what, it's a great time. You talk about families up and dancing and having a good time. Kids of all ages out there.
Okay.
It's safe. It's fun. It's just another aspect that we're able to offer.
This is a side question. Over at Heritage Place, do they ever open those bathrooms?
They do.
They do?
Yes.
Because every event I've gone to that's been at Heritage Place, the bathrooms have been locked. And I'm like, every time I'm like, something happened. Like, did someone blow it up? Like, they just
I
literally,
think there have been a couple of times.
they put cherry bombs in the piping
Yeah.
and then just like.
Yeah, they do open those up, but then of course we bring in a lot of extras. 'Cause
Oh, no, I
that's
know.
the last thing
Y'all
we
are-
want anybody to do.
Y'all have a great, I don't know how to put it, like, y'all put on a good show.
Thank you.
So in and out, like, food's good, and you have, like, the bathrooms are available, and then also you have the actual retail in downtown. Like, you're in downtown.
Yes.
It's like the weirdest feeling. It's almost like I got invited to, like, one of the most exclusive parties, and
See?
I can just walk around, do whatever I want.
Well, and when the Friends of Conroe and the Catfish Festival started, it was about bringing revitalization to downtown Conroe and bringing more business into local businesses. So we've evolved a lot since then to include other aspects, but that's a huge, huge part of the reason why we've been in downtown Conroe ever since was because we wanted to support local business here in the downtown area. And, seeing over the years how much it's grown, how many new businesses have come in, how much older businesses are still here and have grown. It's a wonderful thing for somebody like me that grew up on these streets. My mom worked for an attorney, so I used to work summers and after school running stuff to the courthouse. And so I literally grew up down on these streets, and to see so much life and vitality and great entertainment and restaurants that are here permanently is fantastic. And then to invite people to come and add a little bit to that just to give them that extra experience, it's a wonderful thing to be a part of.
Yeah, I'm excited about it, guys. That's the Conroe Cajun Catfish Festival this weekend. Tickets are available, $30 for the whole weekend. Like, duh.
It's so worth it. I mean, it is really one of the most affordable tickets for the level of entertainment and fun you're going to have.
And one thing, kind of deviating from the Catfish Festival, Friends of Conroe is a year-round nonprofit. Y'all do have events. Y'all do need volunteers.
All the time.
Y'all need donations
Yes.
and need that kind of involvement. So, again, I put the link to friendsofconroe.com, and you can find out more information outside of the Catfish Festival. The Catfish
Yes.
Festival is probably the biggest thing y'all do, but y'all do other things. and y'all are involved constantly around and around.
Yeah, so definitely make sure that you like and follow us on Facebook and Instagram. It gives you, basically a front row seat to everything that we're doing. We like to celebrate, this area. We love to celebrate our local community as much as we can. So definitely plug in if you're looking for a great way to volunteer, if you're looking for a way to give back. It's a wonderful opportunity, and we couldn't put this on without our great sponsors. And, Visit Conroe, the city of Conroe has always been very supportive of us. So has Montgomery County. And we, again, couldn't operate without that. And with the support that we've got, this year we've got Conroe Connection, that we actually have a shuttle bus that's going to be running from the Conroe Park and Ride over there kind of by the library. And, having that support.
You can say it's
great.
under the bridge.
It is under the bridge.
People don't like saying. I've realized that because we had several events come in. They're like, they didn't want to say under the bridge. They say right across from the library. Like you just said, I go, but right across from it is under a bridge. So people need to be told that because.
Well, we do have some signage there, and you'll will no doubt see the buses. But yeah, it is under the bridge.
But what I love it. I was like, you need to tell people because if you didn't say that, I'd be like, I don't want to park under the bridge. Yeah. But that's where the park and ride is, guys.
Yeah, it is where the park and ride is.
There's plenty of parking over there. And so, again, this is a fun $30. Come on.
It is. And I will tell you, too, that take the shuttle this year. Of course, there's a lot of free parking downtown. Jury parking will not be available this year for public parking because we've got so many band facilities that we've got to take care of and volunteers that we've got to take care of.
What's all those VIPs you have? I mean, I look at your board of directors, like 40 of them. So those guys need their parking spaces.
Well, yeah, a lot of us do. I mean, some of us, start camping out actually at our office. I've already started there. I already have campers moved in because we pretty much live here all weekend.
It's going to be so much fun. Guys, you need to come check it out. And Kristi, it's so good to see you.
It's so good to see you. I've missed you.
Yeah, I missed you too.
Yeah, I'm going to have to start coming around more often.
It's been busy. A lot's been going on in Conroe.
It has been busy, yeah. And I don't see that changing anytime soon. As much great entertainment that's going on and all the growth that is being brought to the city.
What's your favorite new thing for this year so far?
Oh, that's so hard to say. It depends on what aspect. I love the new shops that we have, the new boutiques. I think that enhances the draw that get people here. But also, we have some great restaurants that have been here forever, Red Brick Tavern being one of them, Pacific Yard House that have been here for years. But then you've got, the addition of 202 Main. You have Texas Vintage that's there, which, by the way, has an incredible patio on the back that's going to be overlooking the Texas stage.
Oh, that's right. That place is bopping.
Yeah.
I was there last Friday.
Yeah, it's a great place. And and all the new things that are coming, the new growth, the new restaurants, the new lofts that are going to be built. It's so exciting to see all this growth going on here.
One of the weirdest things that is the southwest of the Loop, that area, that Grand Central.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even feel like that's Conroe.
I know.
Is that weird?
I know. Well, it's just because it's a different.
Because I went over. I've been going over there just like visiting different restaurants, going to the shops, and going to Kroger's, and because it's usually how I go to 45, right? So I'm always stopping, going there, especially where the new Hyatt is. They have that business park.
Yes.
I call it a business park, but there's like restaurants in there, and I'm like, what is this doing here?
Fabulous. I know.
What's going on? You ever been to the Perfect Round?
I have not been to the Perfect Round. I've heard it is so much fun.
I've gone a couple times, and it can get too much fun. That's for sure. Because, guys, it's like, how hard can you hit a golf ball? And I'm like, well, we're in this little box. You probably shouldn't hit it. And I'm going to hit as hard as I can. And then all of a sudden, it just hits the right angle and it shoots back. And you're like, oh, what was that?
See, I would be terrible. I'm a terrible golfer. Golfer.
Well, no one will see you because you're in a box.
Oh, good. So that might help.
Yeah.
That might help. But, yeah, I mean, it's like a whole new additional entertainment district that we have.
It's weird. It still hasn't sunk in yet. Yeah. And then I always wonder what's going to happen in the southeast side, because
it's coming.
It's coming. And the northeast side, that's changing too.
Yes.
And have you been to the Shout House?
I have been to the Shout House.
Yeah, that's an interesting place.
It is.
It's a little weird.
It's a cool little venue, but it's very different. Yeah.
Well, I went there and I was like, I feel like this is what a cult would own.
Well, I mean, but it's
because they have this weird area where it's like, oh, this is where they sacrifice people.
Yeah, it is kind of, yeah.
And then they have
the place is for sale. You should buy it.
I mean, that's what I felt like it used to be a cult. Like this is like a cult used to own this, but they built it themselves. It's huge place.
It is
and I was
huge.
like, this place is kind of cool, but
yeah,
like something weird's going on.
I know, but it's like we can't. There's so many things going on, and with the new Hyatt here. they offer such a completely different venue. I
haven't been to the actual. I've stayed there.
Yeah.
But I have not been to the convention center.
It's beautiful. It is really beautiful.
Where is it?
It is
To the
such
right?
an asset whenever you go in. Yeah, they've got rooms to the right, and I believe they're on the bottom floor to the left too.
Okay. Yeah, because it's weird. I'm getting this weird feeling now in Conroe where I'm like, is this Conroe or not?
It's
weird.
changed a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of growth, but we have a lot of visionaries that have invested a lot of time and energy and courting businesses to bring them here, and
I wasn't born here, so I can't really claim like what is Conroe.
Yeah.
But it's also I've been like just sitting here for almost 10 years. Like, this is weird.
Yeah, you've had a real front row view for the growth of what's been happening downtown.
It's been weird.
Yeah.
And the lake hasn't changed like a bit, I feel like.
No, not much. Not much. And as much traffic
those cool
as that
condos
brings,
or whatever.
Right.
What is that? What's that marina called?
the water point, water view.
I forget
something like
who
that.
runs
Yeah.
all that. There's this gentleman who always used to come into the radio station. He runs all that.
Yeah.
Like he had jacks and all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. Interesting dude. When he told me about the condos, I was like, who would buy those? Like,
But it's great.
$1 million condos
That's
on
right.
Lake Conroe.
Well, and now you've got so much.
And people bought them.
Yeah, when you've got so much retail over there, you've got great restaurants. You've got your CVS, you've got Walmart down the street. Now it's a convenient place to live. Where back in the day there was nothing down that stretch. So
I was always
that
surprised
growth
when
is
people
great.
moved into Walden. To be honest, so one of my best friends moved here. He calls me. He's like, "Guess what? I'm moving to Conroe," and I'm like, "No way." He's like, "Yeah." Well, he lives golf. So he's
Yeah.
like, moving to Walden. I was like, "Oh man, that's so far."
But now it's like not so far anymore because
I know.
everything is so stretched
great.
out. It is. And it's even seeing the growth like in Willis and on the north side of town. It's just
I mean, the only complaint I
nuts.
have is the median
the new medians.
down 105. Like I understand it, but I still don't understand it at the same time.
It's a little controversial. I think we're going to see probably the benefits of it more long term.
Certain businesses are getting hurt by it.
Yeah, they are. Tire businesses, though, seem to be doing really great because there are all kinds of damage going on as people get used to it. But, 105 was such a dangerous, dangerous highway. And
No,
so,
it wasn't. That's all propaganda.
Well, I mean, I remember when
how many wrecks have you gotten on 105?
Me, none. One
Okay.
on 2854, but none on 105. But I remember when 105 was a 2-lane road, and I would drive it to go to College Station.
I didn't think it was that dangerous. There's just some idiots out there.
Well, that's the problem, though. We're getting more and more idiots.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. Yeah. I know. If we could have
Wouldn't that be the greatest argument in front of like city council? It's like, guys, we need to build this meal. Why do we need to build? Because we're getting more idiots.
Yes, that's it. Like maybe we need to start having an IQ test for people that are moving into the area. I don't know. But you don't blow me up for that, people. I was just kidding. But it's it's amazing to see how many changes we've had to make as a community, as our community leaders have, to try to keep up with the growth that's coming here.
And it brings good food.
It does bring really great
Which
food.
is the last thing we'll say is the food at the Catfish Festival is going to be very good.
It is.
You guys, I love what y'all did, and it's kind of the strong arm. Basically, y'all told all the food people you got to have a Cajun dish.
Yes.
Because this is the Conroe Cajun Catfish Festival.
It is.
So
It
I'm
is.
excited about looking at what the options are with that.
I will tell you that I have previewed the menu boards, and I'm so excited. So every year it's a big deal. Two things that most of us plan that are going to be here all weekend is where we're going to have which meals and what we're going to try at each food vendor, and where we're going to have our Bloody Mary on Saturday morning. It's just what we do. So now there are just so many options. We've got to kind of scatter it out a little bit because the food menus.
Is it Pacific Yard House that
unbelievable.
does the Bloody Mary bar?
Yeah, they do that. 202 has a great one too. So does Corner Pub. I mean, it's
Now I want olives.
It really is the great place. You don't have to have olives.
I want olives.
Oh, I do
but
too.
Now I want them.
You have to have olive juice. It just goes with it.
Well, Kristi, it was wonderful to see you. Thank you so much, guys. The Conroe Cajun Catfish Festival is this weekend,
Yes.
and you can buy your 3-day pass for $30.
Yes, please
And-
come join us. I promise you'll have a great time.
And we're going to get back to the music here on Mornings with Lone Star. It is the 12th, and it's Thursday. Be careful out there. We'll see you later.
Health Center Southeast Texas is a federally